execute Order 66. If you really want a problem, we can get it lit. Ignite the lightsaber, we can get it in. Ignite the lightsaber, we can get it in. Execute Order 66. If you really want a problem, we can get it lit. Everything has been foreseen as I have foreseen it. Episode 2 review is due. So do it. And I shall do it. Welcome to Watch the Pot YouTube page, motherfuckers. I'm ready to execute Order 66. I'm gonna begin with everyone's least favorite character, Jar Jar Binks. Me? You do not like me? You sound like a little Frenchman just there. But he has a very small role because of all the heat that he got from episode 1. But he still walked by the screen and he said, motherfucker. He looked right at the screen. Like if it was like breaking the fourth wall. It's like, I'm still here, motherfucker. Kids like me. And you done hated. And you hating, motherfucker. More positivity. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker are seeing Padme 10 years later, and they're in charge of keeping care of her royalness. And obviously, and Anakin Skywalker is more in love than ever. Obi-Wan Kenobi is all professional. And a really cool scene when they're watching her sleep and a drone comes in and just Anakin jumps right out. Like the whole sequence of the whole city that's just like levels, just like the Jetsons. That is just like so much space up and down and sideways that planet fills. It's like the underground where everybody lives and then the higher ups. So Anakin is falling. That whole sequence of Anakin being a rebel, flying in a way that Obi-Wan doesn't approve of, which was really cool. You already see the dynamic there. And the shapeshifter, I forget her name. I think I wrote it down. It believe is Lena Walsman. I don't know if that's her name in real life or if that's her Star Wars name. But that was really cool. And from far away, you see Jango Fett, as you find out later on. Jango Fett hit her with a dart, and she couldn't really say the information that they needed from her. So that was really cool. I think this movie is really shitted on sometimes for no reason. What I really love is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obviously, he kind of stamped the prequels to be something that you can enjoy. Because he carried, as far as acting and grace in those movies, was dripping swagoo. So he walks in with Anakin Skywalker, a young whippersnapper, Padawan learner. And it's just like a casino type of bar type of scene. And you notice Obi-Wan Kenobi's always going to the bar to have a drink. You'll see it later on in episode 4. He's just an alcoholic. Come on, let's face it, guys. But either way, he goes dumb cool to the bar, dripping swagoo all over the floor. And a dude comes up to him, asking him, you want to buy some death sticks? And then Obi-Wan, just like without even looking at him, just waves him off, says, you don't want to sell me death sticks. You just want to go home and rethink your life. And that's also another call forward to episode 4 again, because Obi-Wan is really good at doing that as the Jedi mind trick, which his master Qui-Gon Jinn was trash at, as I talked about in the previous one. So it's just, I can gush all. Let me just keep talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi. So Obi-Wan Kenobi is the one that goes to Kamino, this planet where they are cloning this gentleman named Jango Fett. And I'm wearing this t-shirt for a reason, because we get the first introduction of Boba. That's how his father speaks to him in the movie, so you better respect that. Boba Fett right here on my t-shirt. His father is introduced here in this movie, Attack of the Clones. And he is the original person that all of the clones of the movie is based on. his genetics, his bounty hunter skills, just everything that he has to bring to the table. And he asked for one unaltered child. It's Boba Fett, the gentleman on my t-shirt. And he wanted it unaltered, so it grew up to be an exact copy, genetically, like his father. The whole scene of Obi-Wan Kenobi chasing him on Kamino, past Kamino, to me, at least to a lot of Star Wars fans that like the prequels, the thing from Slave One, my favorite ship as a kid, I used to love because it was such an odd ship. Boba Fett slash Jango Fett's ship was very, like, it landed different. It was just cool as a kid. And the sound effects, boom, 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 boom. Like, Obi-Wan Kenobi does no wrong in this movie. And Yoda roasting him and the little kid saying, giving them the correct answer about where Kamino is located was really cool too. Yoda's always roasting somebody. So I can relate to that. It's fun to roast people, especially at work, your your fellow colleagues. That's fun as hell. So he's Anakin Skywalker, young whippersnapper, falling in love with Padme, and they're doing this little corny love story, which everyone hates, which I agree with. It's not the best love story. It's actually very bad. But the format of the movie and what purpose it was supposed to be was really, really good. It's just really great overall, the theme of what's going on and why he turns later on. So he finds out in a premonition. Premonition? In a premonition, he has a dream about his mother dying. So he runs out. He brings Padme with him. His mother dies in his arms. And I really think that's a great speech from both of them. Hayden Christensen gets a lot of shit for not acting. But the music dropping, his eyes turning crazy like he lost it. Like there's no light in him at the moment. That's really awesome. The first thing he does when he comes out is just chop somebody's head off. One of the Sand People, as they would be also called as Tusken Raiders. And he just slaughtered. And later on when he was explaining this to Padme, he was like, not just the men, but the women and the children. I think it was great. I liked it. Maybe I just don't know good acting. He's acting like a little pissy know-it-all that thinks he deserves everything, because that's just the male Skywalker perspective at that age in their life. They're just stubborn. They think they know everything. They think they deserve more than they have. Hence Kylo Ren. Hence Luke Skywalker. I was going to go to the Tashi station and pick up some power converters. All Anakin's children, they're just complainers. Like the men in the family. Unlike Leia, she's just the strongest one out of all of them. But it was also cool seeing Watto again. Annie, little Annie. It's always good when they bring back characters like that was like, he's surprised that he did so well. He grew up to be a Jedi Master. He wanted him to go get some money that some people owe him. But the interesting part is there's a new canon comic book that has an explanation of why the tombstones aren't there, because Shmi Skywalker is buried with tombstones there at the moisture farm where Luke is raised. But in a comic book, they make it clear that Luke asked, who's Shmi, because they overheard them talk about it. He said, oh, your grandmother Shmi was buried somewhere on Tatooine. And they weren't specific about it, but it was literally their backyard or their front yard. I forgot exactly what it was. But that I never thought of that till the canon comic book really made it clear. And obviously, I hate sand. It gets everywhere. It gets everywhere. That movie, I think, gets the most shit for like the worst lines. And the Jedi's coming out and coming to save Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin and Padme and all the lightsabers coming out. That was really cool, man. Just the fate of this young man's father was defeated with a purple lightsaber, chopped right in the head, chopped clean right off his body. And the young Boba Fett, as you see in my t-shirt, grabs in a very poetic way, grabs the helmet, and then the scene, and it's scene cuts and it goes to the next scene. That was, I think that was really like poetic, like I said earlier. It's just a way to make you understand, like, this is the legacy I'm going to take on. I'm going to make sure of it. And the chase to Dooku later on was really cool because the fight led to, okay, I'm going to give I forgot, some little weird creature. He gave the plans to the Death Star. So that was like the first glimpse in the timeline that you see the plans for the Death Star, and he had to give it to one of the weirdo creatures. And when he had to fight with Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Count Dooku, because he's that powerful. But it was really cool to see like Anakin with 2 lightsabers, even though he got his hand cut off and all that. And the parallels of him and his son losing their arms in the second installment of the movies. It was really cool to see what the commercials promised. Who the man? Yoda man. Yoda comes flipping, flip, flip, and as he said in episode 5 in a later movie, you don't judge him by his size. And also, the Force is not this crude matter that we are. The Force is something that you've trained in, something that you put energy into, something that brings flow into the whole universe. That showed people that don't understand fully the concept of the Force. They would say, that's really dumb. He's small and he walks slow, but now he's jumping around. No, Yoda's the Huda man. I'm going to end it with that. Huda man, Yoda man. And Yoda sacrificed saving Anakin and Obi-Wan instead of catching Count Dooku. And Obi-Wan says that it's a victory. But Yoda, again, laughed and said, this is not a victory. There's something, he felt uneasy about something. Yoda knew that the Jedi were fucking up in some way. He just didn't know how. He couldn't put his finger on it. And at the end, you get the love story, which kind of just is the foundation of what's to come later on. And they got married, and he got married with his robot hand ass, looking ass, head ass to Padme. And credits roll. So that is my review, my re-review of Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Thank you for subscribing, and if you haven't, do so. And I also created a new Facebook page. It's Order 66 Show. So if you're a Star Wars fan in any way, join the Order 66 Facebook page. So from Boba and Jango, may the Force be with you.